Hey guys, welcome back to yet another Airline 320 video, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and that is going to be when two airlines accidentally had the same name. So if you're intrigued for this, like and subscribe, and let's do this. So firstly we have Ryanair and Ryanair. There are actually two airlines called Ryanair, and they have nothing to do with each other. The first one is Ryanair, based in Alaska, United States, spelt like this. It was originally found in 1953 as I'm going to absolutely butcher this, Unalakleet Air Taxi by Wilfred Ryan Sr. In 1979 the airline was probably renamed and officially became Ryanair.
Bruh.
It mainly operates cargo and passenger flights to remote parts of Alaska, serving over 70 communities. They use small aircraft like the Cessna 208, the Beech 1900 and the Pilatus PC-12. Ryanair Alaska focuses on essential air services, flying mail, food and supplies to villages that don't have road access. Despite its small size, it's one of Alaska's most important regional carriers. Now on the other side of the world, there's Ryanair, the one that everyone knows and loves. Founded in 1984 in Ireland by Tony Ryan and the Ryan family and a few investors, it started as just one route between Waterford and London Gatwick. Today, Ryanair is Europe's largest low-cost airline, flying over 1,800 routes across 40 different countries. With more than 500 737-800, 737 MAX 8200s and obviously A320s that are operated on its Lauder branch. They carry around 180 million passengers a year, making them bigger than almost any airline in Europe. The two airlines have no corporate link at all, it's just purely a coincidence. Both were named after people with the name Ryan, but just in different contexts. Sometimes people online mix them up, especially because the Alaskan Ryanair also has a proper website. And if you're not careful, you might think it's the same Ryanair you book your €10 flights to Ibiza with, but it's not. There have been a few confused passengers on emails sent to the wrong airline over the years. Now, Pan Am. Everyone's heard of Pan Am, the airline that basically invented modern air travel. But what people don't know is that Pan Am actually came back twice. Pan Am, the original Pan American World Airways, was founded in 1927 by, I hate pronouncing just names that are not obvious to say, Joanne Trippe. I've definitely butchered that. It was America's first truly international airline, flying across the Atlantic and Pacific and operating famous aircraft like the Boeing 314 Clipper and the 707 as well as the 747. For decades, Pan Am was a global icon. Its blue globe logo was instantly recognisable, and it still is today, to be fair. But after years of financial struggles and obviously the impact of the Lockerbie crash in 1988, the airline collapsed just a few years later in 1991. Except that wasn't the end of Pan Am. In 1996, a completely different company launched Pan Am 2. They bought the Pan Am name, logo, and hoped to revive the legend. Except it weren't even close. Instead of the worldwide routes that Pan Am was famous for, they only flew a few domestic flights in the US, mostly using old 727. They based themselves in Orlando, Florida, and tried to sell nostalgia, but obviously that didn't work. They shut down just 4 years later, in 1998. Hang on, why does my prompt say 1996 and then 4 years later in 1998? I think it should be 2 years. Strange. Anyway, and believe it or not, there was a third Pan Am after that. In 1998, a company called Boston Maine Airways created Pan Am Clipper Connection, flying small regional routes with the Jetstream 31s and a couple of 727s as well, which was a cool one. That lasted until 2008, when that version finally disappeared too. Do people not get it that Pan Am, just renaming yourself Pan Am isn't going to work? So yeah, there were 3 Pan Ams in total, or was there? Because this year, in the summer, actually there was a kind of 4th attempt at a Pan Am. It wasn't really, they weren't trying to be this massive airline that Pan Am once were. They just sold a tour from basically going from New York to Europe and back in a 757, which I don't think Pan Am actually ever flew, but what else could you fly? Maybe a 747, but that's the 3 or 4 Pan Am attempts, depends how you look at it. The legendary original, a short-lived reboot, and a little tiny baby spin-off. Same name, same logo, but only the one real PAN now. And yeah, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. I don't know if I said that already. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.